Welcome back, people of the internet. I am back for yet another review, so stick around until the end and make sure to watch out for clickers. I'm your host, Saberplant Entertainment, and this is The Last of Us. Don't go away. Where do I even start with The Last of Us? I guess the story. It's 10 out of 10. It's been discussed a lot. I've never personally played a game with a more shocking or impacting intro.
I've played The Last of Us a few times now, but I remember first playing through the intro about a year after it initially came out, and my jaw was just dropped. Like, this wasn't how games usually go. There's nothing I can say that hasn't already been said or awarded with, but I'm just gonna say The Last of Us' story was so powerful, real, and movie-like, it changed the way 16-year-old me viewed video games.
The characters, of course, are huge reasons to why the story actually succeeds as high as it does. Joel and Ellie are pretty much the faces of Sony exclusives now.
Accompanied by a great range of B-side characters from Bill, Tess, Marlene, Tommy, and even Henry and Sam, none of them overstay their welcome in the story, but each time that they're in it, they play an important role.
She doesn't seem bothered by all this.
So where were you heading?
Next up for gameplay is something I feel is extremely, vastly underrated. The most underrated thing I think I've seen in almost any game possible. The combat in The Last of Us.
One of the best games I've played in the combat category was God of War, the PS4 one. And The Last of Us is just as good in that category in my opinion. More specifically, in the combat, what I believe The Last of Us gets right above all is momentum.
Watch out!
Combat isn't always about the first hit. It's about the back and forth dance that ensues after the first hit, with both parties trying to gain the advantage each time. There's a lot of different things you can play around with as well. Snipers, crossbows, shotgun pistols, and a good variety of handheld weapons that, you know, they're awesome to fight with.
Where's your buddy? Where's your teammate? I want to show him. This is your... Hey, look at your friend. He's dead. Where you going? Hey! Where the fuck you going, boy? Get on the fucking wall. Oh my god.
The last thing I would like to point out is the smart AI. It just makes it seem like Ellie is more of a real person. When in combat, she'll yell, "Hey, idiot," and then throw a bottle to stab him or whatever. It's just way better when someone does that and they don't just like sit back and do absolutely nothing. And then in the cutscene, they're alive. Like, they're alive in-game and in the cutscene. It's really good.
I'll take that rifle.
Here we are for gameplay. 100 out of 100 pros, groundbreaking story, amazing combat, great characters, and good AI. No cons. I would have went more into the groundbreaking story, but I feel like I would just be repeating what people have said since the game has been released. Like, there's literally nothing I could add other than my personal opinions, and that's for overall impact. So, moving on, presentation is next.
What are you doing?
Killing time.
Well, what am I supposed to do?
I am sure you will figure that out.
Your watch is broken.
Presentation. I've always said a great main menu setup can go a long way in the long run, and The Last of Us hits it pretty damn hard. The Last of Us menu is relaxing.
The sound effects are soft. Small, cool breeze through a broken window, accompanied by an amazing soundtrack that has an undertone of sorrow, yet it's relaxing, which I find interesting because that's pretty much how the in-game feels like. Moving on, but sticking with the soundtrack, it keeps rolling on. One thing I noticed while playing is that The Last of Us has always a constant soundtrack in the background, especially when you're just looting areas and stuff. But what I thought was impressive, how over time it amps up. Like, say you're playing through like a 3-minute section, it'll just keep amping up and amping up. And at certain sections, the soundtrack will just completely overtake the game. Moving on up, I'd like to say a quick thing about how the game feels more like a movie than anything I've ever played before. I mean, there's literally, it's not that insane long, there's been probably longer out there, but there's a cutscene that's over 7 minutes long. And when you're there playing a game and there's like a cutscene for over 7 minutes, it's crazy, but you don't notice it's that long while in game.
You good?
I'm good.
Adios, little brother.
My last point for presentation is just how amazing the voice acting is. Is it absolutely groundbreaking? Well, not really, because before I played The Last of Us, I played BioShock Infinite, which has just as good voice acting.
Why? What did I do to them?
But it's still some of the best I've ever seen.
Frank.
Who the hell's Frank?
He was my partner. He's the only idiot that would wear a shirt like that.
Here we are, presentation solid 100 out of 100 pros. The voice acting, top notch. A great main menu setup, and it feels like a movie, which is crazy for a video game, especially when I was 16, like that was crazy. And a powerful soundtrack, which I feel like more games should have. They should be putting more effort into soundtracks. I feel like it's forgotten nowadays, but The Last of Us has a great soundtrack. No cons. Moving on, overall impact.
Stay on my ass.
There's no understating really how much I love The Last of Us. Seriously. I've played a lot of games and I have a lot of favorite games on lists, but there's really 4 that reign supreme above all of them, and The Last of Us is really included in that category. Playing The Last of Us honestly feels like you're in a constant wave. Every time you go down, you're fighting for your life against the infected or scavenging for supplies or ammo, and every time you reach the top of the wave, it hits hard.
I'm gonna pick you up. I know, baby. I know it hurts.
And again.
I was bitten an hour ago and it's already worse. This is fucking real, Joel.
And again.
Henry, no.
Oh my god.
And again.
Don't tell me that I would be safer with someone else, because the truth is I would just be more scared.
And again.
Come on. You gotta get up. Joel.
And again.
And get this, he's a crazy man traveling with a little girl.
And again.
Swear to me that everything that you said about the Fireflies is true.
There's no stopping to breathe in The Last of Us, because you're always thinking something's gonna go wrong, or I'm gonna get rushed by clickers, or there's gonna be a bloater nearby, or something's gonna go wrong. So there's always that edge of your seat feeling in your mind, but not physically. Here we are, overall impact, capping it off with another 100 out of 100 pros. The entire game, throughout the whole thing, is just jaw-dropping. Every single aspect of this game honestly blows my mind, and it's just crazy. No cons, but yeah, 100 out of 100, no doubt in my mind. So that's it. The Last of Us is done, at least for now. And I know as I speak, part 2 is out. It's been out for like a week now. But I wanted to finish up the hype train, I guess you'd call it, for completing The Last of Us, and then doing the review, and then playing the game. But apparently, I've heard bad things, but we'll see what my take is. But for now, I'm your host, Saver Planet Entertainment, and I hope you enjoyed this review. Peace.
Oh yeah, there's guys. It's super set up. Okay, that's good. Do you think he'll hear me if I jump down? I'm just gonna do it. Oh my god, I might fucking die here. Okay, so, oh my god, Ellie's gonna get crunched here. Get down. Oh my god, this is fucking chaos! Get down! Where's my light? Which one's the clicker? Holy shit. That's it. Oh my god, that's the bloater. Out of my way, boys. Fucking anyone wants to come through here, they die. I'll throw a bottle at your face. Go down. Get fucked. Who's behind me? Oh, that's what you get. Jesus Christ. That was...
Thank you for sticking around to the end of the video. If you want to support my channel, make sure to like and subscribe for future videos. I cover all areas of entertainment, from books to movies, TV shows, and games. All of the above. And if you're really dedicated, I do have my Patreon links in the description. Anything that's donated to my channel in any way necessary, half of it is going back to charity because it's the least I can do. So hopefully you enjoyed the video and have a great day. Peace.